Hello friends, in this video I am going to discuss the past papers of BS English 4th semester and term exam June 2022, and these are the latest one. So let's begin. The first paper is Introduction to Entrepreneurship. Question number 1. A common mistake made by companies is not thinking broadly enough while identifying their intellectual property assets. Explain 4 types of intellectual property in detail. Question number 2. Explain the importance of getting finance by differentiating its main sources like debt funding, equity funding, debt financing, or you can say equity financing, right? And then part B is differentiate between the advantages and disadvantages of franchising as a growth system in entrepreneurship. And this is again entrepreneurship, the same, but this is a different paper. Morning का है, थोड़ा different है question. Question number 1. A funding या financing is a dire need of every startup, and there are many ways to get it, including some creative sources, bootstrapping, along with few methods. Sufficient relevant examples के through आपने explain करनी है bootstrapping and some other methods को. And then describe the concept of new venture team with example. Yes, team का बहुत बड़ा role है. And highlight the few common mistakes in putting together a new venture team. And question number 2 is marketing activities generally revolve around the 4 P's, commonly known as marketing mix. Compare and differentiate the advertising and public relations under the marketing mix. And part B is entrepreneurs ought to be innovative in terms of their personal characteristics. Explain the importance and dimensions of creativity along with example. And question number 3, part A, all the business organizations want to recognize by some distinguishing features to enhance their visibility. Explain the trademarks with examples and what should be protected under trademark laws. And B है जी franchising, obviously ऊपर हमने बात की थी. So it is a form of growth which allows seller to sell your product through franchisee. Explain the bright and dark side, yani advantages and disadvantages of franchising. And then comes the novel. Question number 1. The theme of fact and fancy in hard times allowed Dickens to contrast the harsh realities of Victorian Britain with a more romantic, spiritual, richer existence. Mr. Gradgrind epitomized the world of fact, whereas the world of fancy is explored through C.C. Jupe. Discuss. So fancy, right, or fact का आपने comparison करना है. And question number 2 is explain the hardest presentations of the conflict between man and natural world, fate and free will in the novel Return of the Native. Question number 3. The Mill on the Floors reflect George Eliot's psychological insight into human characters, and their motives focus on protagonist. And then literary prose. Question number 1. Critically evaluate Bernard Russell political and moral ideas with reference to any one of his essays. And question number 2 is how does John Stuart Mill signify the role of government control in his essay on liberty of thought and discussion, discuss with reference to example from the text. Question number 3. What different argument does Lord Macaulay present to defend English education system in his essay Minutes on Indian Education? You have to elaborate it. Literary prose, again afternoon का paper है, some questions are different. So question number 1, what argument does John Stuart Mill provide in defense of liberty of opinion? Discuss with reference to his essay of liberty and thought and discussion. Support your answer with example from the text. And question number 2 is what is Macaulay's stance on Indian education presented in his essay Minutes on Indian Education? Critically evaluate. Question number 3. What ideas have helped mankind in the course of history? Discuss in the light of Russell's essay Ideas that Help Mankind. And then introduction to research methodology. Question number 1 is name different parts of research proposal, elaborate different sections of what is this introduction part with reference to your selected research topic. And question number 2 is discuss the role of literature review in informing all parts of your research project. Again, research methodology afternoon का है ये. Question number 1, a tool of let me attempt all the question. The first part A is tool of data collection. How does API help formatting different levels of headings? Question number 2, discuss the significance of methodology in research design. Which things are mentioned in methodology section and why? And then question number 3 is what is it important, why is it important to review the relevant literature before commencing your own work, and how far does it help refining research variables and methodology? So this is all. I'll provide you the PDF link in the description of this video. Thank you for watching.